A lot happened today, May 6th, in the world of GTA 6. We got the second trailer for the game. There was no gameplay reveal, but it was a lot of cinematic footage. Went really deep into the actual story of what the game is going to be about, who we are going to play as, what the setting is going to be. We saw some of the other kooky, crazy people that fill the world. The trailer was really good. You got to learn quite a bit more about the game than we did with the first one. But the second thing, and in my opinion, the bigger thing that happened today that a lot of people have not paid attention to yet, is that the website of the game launched. And I feel like the website was kind of ready before the delay was announced for the game. So for those of you who don't know, the game was supposed to come out in fall, but it's now been delayed to a year. It's coming out May 26th, 2026. And the website has a lot of content that was dropped that gives us a lot of insight about what the game is going to be about. Namely, we actually found out who the main characters of the game are going to be. Not just their names, not just some artwork. We got some mini bios about all the characters. Not just the main characters, but also some of the supporting cast, if you will. And we also got a brief about what the story is going to be, kind of a synopsis, just a teaser of the plot, which is super helpful as well as we try to piece everything together. But apart from the trailer, which was visually incredible, this website drop gives us a treasure chest of content about what the game is going to be. And we get to see all the cool characters that are in the game. Before we get started, hope you throw a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. The channel has a lot of RDR2 content, some other gaming content, some stand-up comedy. You have quite a bit of things to choose from. So I hope you guys throw that like, subscribe, and support the channel. Anyway, here's the first big reveal. This teaser plot tells us a lot about what the game is kind of going to be about. So our main protagonists, I believe these are the people we are going to play as, are going to be Jason and Lucia. Have always known the deck is stacked against them. But when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So we've seen Jason and Lucia in the first trailer. It was really heavy on them, and clearly those are the main characters of the game. Leonida, clearly upon on Florida. If you guys don't know, Florida, USA. That's kind of what the original Vice City was about as well. It was Miami, I believe. Let's go to the actual characters. These are our heroes, our villains. I think there'll be lots of twists and turns, much like with RDR2's Vanderlyn gang story. You think somebody's good, they turn out to be bad. You think somebody is chaotic neutral, they turn out to be really good. Anyway, so here we go. We'll start with the main characters. Of course, Jason, right? And I love the way the website is kind of playing out too. The animations are incredible. Jason Duval. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army, trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys, doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new. So, I think with him you get a lot of armed combat, right? Because he's ex-army, ex-military. I think that'll be a big focus for him. We get some good concept images, artworks, whatever you guys want to call it. I doubt these are like actual screenshots from the game. They are probably screenshots from like the story, the cinematic footage. But see, he's wearing a t-shirt that says Vice City. Yeah, gun in the hand, also chilling at like a dive bar. That is, by the way, on the left is another character that we'll talk about. So we kind of know what Jason's deal is, and we know what we are going to get with him. One of the two main characters. And this is another cool animation. It shows him in probably attempting a robbery or a robbery gone wrong and he's trying to take somebody down. If anything happens, I'm right behind you. That might be a Jason line going straight to Lucia. Another day in paradise, right? Meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he would like to turn out, but right now, it's hard to tell. Okay, so right away they're sowing the seeds of discontent between these two, right? They're in love, they're a couple, but there's some things about each other that they don't quite trust. At least here one way. For sure, Jason has some doubts. I think we'll go deeper into that with the game. I think we'll get a lot of won't they? Do they trust each other? Are they doing things behind each other's backs? I think there'll be a lot of unraveling as the game goes. So like I said, armed combat heavy with him. You'll see him in this classic Florida shirt, the Tommy Vercetti shirt type deal. I think you'll also get some fishing with him. Very different look, very casual look. I think he'll be the one we'll do some fishing with in the game as well. Alright, here's the reveal of Lucia. Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. Okay, so this is kind of the seeds growing a little bit, right? Giving you a little bit more about the actual character. So, escaped prison, broken from prison. We'll know when we play the game what the sheer luck thing is. She probably came out due to some mistrial. I think we'll play, not just see, but we'll play some things in prison. That might be, or maybe if we do some prison missions in the game, I think part of it will be, we'll need to go back, get some of her friends out. I think that'll be some missions in the game as well. She'll probably infiltrate, go back as a prisoner, but not really, just to get people out. More than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since their days in Liberty City. But instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. And I think this paragraph, along with what we read earlier about Lucia, is why I think probably a spoiler, maybe I'm going too deep into the plot. I think this is where they're kind of foreshadowing that Lucia is the one who will betray Jason at some point in the game. I think she'll turn on him. I think she leaves the prison on some kind of pretense as to, oh, there was some mistrial or something, but actually she gets out because she becomes an informant and she's using Jason to kind of get her own way and get out, go actually fulfill her dreams of what she and her mom have seen in Liberty City. Just speculation. I mean, at this point, it's anybody's guess as to what the game is going to be about. But you can't have two characters building on a love story without at least some of that good/evil stuff, right? The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got. See, if you remember, Jason's line, the big quote earlier was something like, I have your back. And here Lucia's is like, only things that matter are who you know and what you got, which seems like a very selfish, very, this is what I want, I'm going to take it, no matter what the cost kind of thing. A life with Jason could be her way out. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia's committed to her plan, no matter what it takes. The line here is Lucia's committed to her plan. It's not their plan, it's her plan. And the artwork, the screenshot, like some of the things you're seeing, the way they're set up, and there's a big reveal image below that I think also foreshadows that in a way, is this turn that she's going to take on Jason. She's going to kind of flip. I think this is all leading to that in the story. Yeah, this is one of the official wallpapers of the game. And if you see here, there is a gun in Lucia's hand. It's like Jason looks focused. Jason looks like he knows what he's going after. Lucia not so sure. And the gun, I think the finger on a trigger, I think it's all foreshadowing some of that. I think these are the folks we're going to play as throughout the game. We might switch back and forth with some supporting characters, but I think these are our heroes. Okay. Only in Leonida, when the sun fades and the neon glows, everyone has something to gain and more to lose. Like these snippets are inserted as well, and I'm going to do a separate video about all the places that were revealed in the website as well. So, Cal Hampton. This is one of the supporting characters. Looks like a dead ringer for Bobby Moynihan from SNL, if you guys know what I'm talking about. He looks very kooky, very weird here. Cal Hampton, what if everything on the internet was true? I think it's definitely a play on like some of the conspiracy theory folks on the internet. I think that's really what they're taking after here. I think Cal will be a good pal of Jason, and that's what it says here too. Jason's friend and a fellow associate of Brian's, Cal feels safest hanging at home, snooping on Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. Like, look at his tattoos, some weird stuff that he has over here going on. Like, I think he is going to be the supporting buddy in the game that Jason depends on, but he's kind of super kooky and weird and does crazy stuff. I think some of the missions with him will involve like, hey, I've read this on the internet, we have to go find out. And then he gets pulled into it and it ends up being a dangerous situation. And I also feel like some of the conspiracies will end up being true. Like, not exactly what they're expecting, but they'll set it up to be action-packed and fun and intense and also a little bit funny. Like, if you see all the images of him, he looks super, super funny. Look at this shirt, right? Like, it's aliens in like a Florida Hawaiian shirt. And this one says, violence is good, thanks video games, which is like, you know, tongue-in-cheek Rockstar reference, Rockstar being cheeky because they know what they get with Rockstar games. You know, there's a lot of controversy about the murders and things that happen in those games and what they've led to in real life. Anyway, I think he's going to be the bud, the friend who really is helping Jason out. You know, ride or die kind of guy, but just super weird. Look at this. There are way too many birds flying around in perfect formation. Like, that's a conspiracy I bet he believes in, and he is like, let's follow the birds. We have to get in the plane and follow the birds, do something dumb. So moving on, here are some more screenshots or artwork concept images from Bobby Moynihan. I keep calling him Bobby Moynihan. Cal Hampton, Jason's buddy. The psychopaths are in charge, get used to it. Cal is at the low tide of America and happy there. Casual paranoia loves company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans. Visit Leonida, tour a few of the must-see destinations. Next character is Boobie Ike. I think Boobie Ike is going to be like a new, mixed, sometimes good, sometimes bad character. Boobie Ike, it's all about Heart, the Jack of Hearts. Boobie is a local Vice City legend and acts like it. One of the few to transform his time in the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. Boobie's all smiles until it's time to talk business. Yeah, that I think is the key. Is he's going to be cool guy, very chill on the surface, then when it gets to business, things get scary. So I think with him is going to be, there are some other characters too that we can get into with this whole records and music business. I think that's going to be a big part of the game. So I think this is a cool animation too. The club money pay for the studio and the drug money pay for it all. So yeah, this guy on the surface just seems like a club promoter. I think does some nasty drug deals, all kinds of scary things. He's also trying to get this record business going, trying to get some hits out there. It'll be very interesting to see how his story kind of gets into the mix with Jason and Lucia. Top quality cuts. Boobie might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with the young aspiring music mogul Dre'Quan for Only Raw Records that he's most invested in. Now they just need a hit. Another postcard showing Leonida Keys. This is another place in the game. Very interested to see what that's about. So here he is outside of Jack of Hearts, the club that Boobie owns. Only Raw Records. Dre'Quan was always more of a hustler than a gangster. Even when he was dealing on the streets to make ends meet, breaking into music was the goal. Some more images. of Dre'Quan. I think this will be more of like a very like supporting character. We find out a little bit about. I don't think we'll play a lot as him. I think between these two boobies, the more game friendly one, our GTA friendly one. I think he'll be somebody we might have to end up saving. He does have some interesting lines here, which I'm pretty curious to see how that plays out. Dancers are like my A&Rs. If the record's a hit, DJ is gonna be spinning it. I did look this up. A&R is apparently artist and repertoire, which is like a division within a record company whose job is to go out and find new talent. So I think he's kind of comparing the A&R people to dancers and saying the dancers that come out to the club that he meets, they're like his A&R, like they're spreading the word out for him, and they're also kind of, quote unquote recruiting him. A lot of double entendres, I think, here. Some more images of Dre'Quan, very interesting. You're with the label now. Now that he has signed the real dimes, Dre'Quan's days of booking acts into Boobie's strip club might be numbered as he sets his sights on the Vice City scene. So here we see some of a rift forming between the two, Boobie and Dre'Quan. I think that'll kind of lead into some kind of rivalry, some kind of tension between the two, and also for our gang. Another postcard showing the Grass Rivers. Very interesting. Visit Leonida. Here we go. These are the real dimes that Dre'Quan has kind of sided with in the game. Viral videos, viral hooks. Baylux and Roxy, aka Real Dimes, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold hard cash via spicy rap tracks and a relentless social media presence. So these two I think are going to bring something very new to the game. I think within the game there's going to be a huge social media presence that Rockstar will likely let us share as players with each other. I think Real Dimes will either be, I don't think we'll play as them, but through them I think we'll be creating some quote unquote viral moments. We'll be doing some crazy things in the Leonida keys. I think we'll be doing a lot of things there. We'll be finding some new things. We'll be trying to record them. If you remember, the first trailer also had like people looking out into the craziness that is Leonida through a phone, through social media. I think these people will be the ones that will be playing a big part of that. They're also artists. They're trying to get their music out. Some images. I think that's Dre'Quan over there. The Real Dimes. All my dimes in this club. Meet my twin. Make it a dub. Love it. I love the vibe they're bringing. I think they'll just be fun supporting characters. Although I do see like a dark streak in them. And that's kind of a lot of Rockstar Games characters anyway, But I do see like, oh, these guys are going to screw some stuff up, man. One hit away from fame. An early hit single with local rapper Downplay took Real Dimes to new heights. Now, after 5 years and a whole lot of trouble, they're signed to only Raw Records, hoping lightning can strike twice. Very, very interesting. I think just like Dre'Quan, they're also trying to like go up and up on the rise. I think our characters, Jason and Lucia, will kind of help them with that. And soon they'll find out, oh damn, we're messing things up with Boobie. So they have to make some decisions. I think it'll be very interesting. Another postcard, Port Gellhorn. Oh, you guys, this is the one I'm so psyched about. God damn it. Yeah! Raul Bautista. Experience counts. Confidence, charm, and cunning. Raul is a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take the risks that bring the biggest rewards. Man, look at him, man. He's like this game's Arthur Morgan. Like, he's the... think of whatever like cool guy protagonist you can think of. He's the Tommy Vercetti of the game. I feel like there might have been a missed opportunity, like not giving him as a playable character. But see, we still don't know. I would love to play as him. Like, even his outfit is very reminiscent of the Vice City game. I think he's a callback very much to what we know from the Vice City game. And I think he is going to be getting us into a lot of trouble. I think he and Jason will have a good partnership in the game because, armed combat, a lot of bank robberies and scary missions. I think that's what we'll get from Raul here. Like, look at the images, right? Even the images, they're just oozing machismo, bro. They're like all charm and like dark energy. I love this guy, man. I really hope we get a lot of him. I have a bad feeling. I think they might end up making him the villain of the game. Like even his little video that they've given us, like look at this, you guys. But life is full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wise to remember that. Like even the line, right? The line is such a dead giveaway of, oh yeah, this guy is going to be trouble. He's going to be causing trouble. We're going to be getting into trouble with him. I think we're going to get some big, scary missions with him. A lot of gunplay, a lot of combat, a lot of sneakiness trying to get out of tough situations. Yeah, but I really dig the way he looks. And the aura, man, that guy is Raul Bautista, man. He's the one I'm rooting for. I think he's the secret, like iconic character that's going to be breaking out of the game. A professional adapts. Raul's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. Here we go. I think that is a calling card to what he's going to be in the game, right? He's going to pull Jason and Lucia. They start doing missions. Things get super scary. Then they have to make a decision. Either they turn on him. I think we might end up making that decision in the game ourselves. We turn on him and then the story goes one way. We stay with him. The story goes another way. Another postcard. Ambrosia. Brian Heder. Nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys. Still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife Lori, Brian's been around long enough to let others do his dirty work. Okay, I think Brian here is going to be the clear connection to Vice City. I think we're going to find out something about him in the story that connects him right back to the 80s. Because otherwise, why would they give this classic drug runner spiel, right? I think he's going to connect back in some way to one of the families. One of the storylines from there is going to bring it back. Oh, we're going to be like, whoa, what? And if you see the boat in the background in this image too, I think that's a little telling. If you remember, there's a whole property in Vice City where you have a boat. I think there's a lot of connection here with Vice City. But I think he and some of the modern drug runners are going to clash, mainly him and Jason, because he's going to come with like the code and, oh, you know, these guys used to have honor in the family, whatever in the video game. And then Jason is going to be like, nope, we're just going to do what we need to do and get out. I think that's going to be a point of contention. I feel like this is another one of those bad guys that we'll slowly build up to. Some clear images, him holding a cake, him looking like a classic Florida man. So this I think is his wife, Lori. I hauled so much grass in that plane, I could make the state of Leonida levitate. Yeah, see, he's bringing that vibe, you guys. Even the shirt, if you, maybe again, as a gamer, as somebody who loves this stuff, I look too deep into it. He's wearing that classic blue that Tommy Vercetti wore in the 80s. And here are some more images. This is him with Jason. I think this might be Jason or somebody else. Looks like a Leonida beach bum. Moves like a great white shark. There we go. Yeah, he looks very chill on the surface, very harmless, but he's going to do some damage. Brian's letting Jason live rent-free at one of his properties, so long as he helps with local shakedowns and stops by for Lori Sangria once in a while. Yeah, that's the third wife. Definitely going to be some fun stuff happening between these guys. Another postcard, Mount Kalaga. And here's the final little video that they leave us with. If you guys see, this is again Jason and Lucia about to do something sinister, some nefarious stuff. Boom. Who is your favorite among all these? I think the heroes, yeah, you know, you get the hero vibe, you get it, you get what they're doing. I think Raul Bautista is the real ace in the hole. That's the guy for me. Who's your favorite? Who's the character you're looking forward to playing as or being in the world with the most? Put that in the comments below. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get a lot more GTA, RDR2, tons of gaming content going on the channel. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Thanks guys, thanks for checking this out.